So I was browsing V this morning, and I saw this pop up. This is an article. Naughty Dog's Intergalactic. The heretic prophet appears to target Christianity. Earthworm Jim creator. This guy is very based, notoriously based. Slams Neil Druckmann and his team. So I opened up the article here because I want to go through it. I want to see how much of a dumpster fire this game is actually going to be. Because we all know it's going to be woke. We've seen the character designs, or the character design. We know, we understand this. We're noticers. We can look at this and say, okay, this is going to be a woke nightmare. But I want to know how bad it's going to be. How many times are they really going to shoot themselves in the foot? It looks like at least one more time because they're going to be targeting Christians. So let's see. Let's dive into this article. Naughty Dog's upcoming sci-fi game Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet has raised eyebrows for its seemingly deliberate focus on religion, particularly a critical portrayal of faith that echoes the company's broader creative trajectory under Neil Druckmann. While the Intergalactic has described as a deep exploration of faith and belief systems, early details suggest it is less about thoughtful discussion and more about targeted critique, with Christianity appearing to be the primary subject of scrutiny. A fictional religion rooted in familiar criticism. Okay, so here's what they're doing. It's a future sci-fi world. They have a religion that it is Christianity in every sense, except they changed the name. Oh, it's space Christianity. It's different. So we're allowed to be assholes and criticize it and mock it and scrutinize it. Set 2,000 years in the future, but diverging from history in the late 1980s, Intergalactic introduces a dominant religion has evolved over centuries. Druckmann has emphasized how much time was spent developing this fictional faith, detailing how it has changed and been bastardized over time. This mirrors a common narrative in media where Christianity is unfairly framed as being outdated, hypocritical, cat in the desk, and oppressive. The fact that the game's timeline diverges in the 1980s, a decade often associated with the resurgence of Christian conservatism in the US, further suggests that this religion's portrayal will be a thinly veiled critique of modern Christian faith. Wow. No way. I could never have guessed that Neil Druckmann, of all people, would have a thinly veiled critique of Christianity, of all religions, in his game. Weird that he didn't pick, Islam or Judaism. Weird that he picked Christianity. It's funny how they always go for Christianity. But, I mean, look at that nose. Anyways. According to the leaked details, the protagonist, a bounty hunter, finds herself stranded on a planet where this religion has flourished. The mystery revolves around what happened to its followers, with much of the game's plot seemingly built around deconstructing their beliefs. Druckmann has explicitly stated that he wanted to make a game about faith and religion, which raises concerns given his track record with narratives that seek to subvert traditional values rather than engage with them meaningfully. Yeah, people want honest, meaningful dialogue with these topics. They don't want a one-sided, hateful critique of the thing that they love in a video game. People don't want to see the religion that they've followed their whole life, or a fictional recreation of that religion, destroyed in their entertainment. They don't like to see that, actually. A pattern of disrespect towards faith. Naughty Dog is no stranger to controversy when it comes to pushing divisive themes. The Last of Us Part 2 polarized audiences with this heavy-handed storytelling. Yeah, people didn't like when you took the main character, the character everyone liked, Joel, and killed him by a fucking roided out tranny girl with a golf club. Yeah, people didn't like that. Weird how people didn't like you killing the main character in the most retarded way possible. It seems Druckmann has not moved past the backlash. Yeah, this is what they do. They double down until they run out of money or get forced out. Instead of returning to solid gameplay and engaging narratives, Intergalactic appeared poised to continue the trend of ideology-driven storytelling by targeting Christianity. Yeah, first you target the traditional father figure, Joel, and tell him he's bad and he's evil, and even Ellie chastises him, and then he gets fucking killed by a roided out tranny girl with a golf club. So yeah, the next logical step would be, what's the white man's religion? Christianity. Even though Christianity is all over the fucking world, this is what like a liberal white person's mind goes to, right? Oh, we must target the white man, we must target the conservative, we must target Christianity. These are synonymous in their minds. This development is emblematic of a broader trend within the gaming industry. As a company grows and their corporate structures expand, their creative direction often shifts away from the foundational principles that once made it great. So Doug Ten Naple, I know the Naughty Dog and Insomniac guys when the company started, and they were solid gamers and not secularist pseudo-philosophers taking passive-aggressive, bitchy potshots at Christianity. As administrators and human resources grow in companies, they all merge to the left. So this is, yeah, Naughty Dog is proud to attack God. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's 100% right. As companies get big, as rollover happens, as you bring in new hires, because this is what happens. It's a generational problem because they had these DEI hiring practices in place. So now those people are in the company. They are embedded in the company. And yeah, you could go around and fire them, but you'd have to have a justification for firing them. You can't just, fire people for no reason. I mean, you can, but then you can get sued, and then you have to pay a shitload of unemployment. So companies obviously don't want to do that. But yeah, this dude's 100% right. At this point, the people who made Last of Us, they're probably not even at the company anymore. It's probably all rollover, new talent, which means less talented people, and DEI hires, which means even less talented. So you're getting like pretty much the worst that you could get, at least that meet their requirements for hiring. The phenomenon was aptly described by Doug Tennaple, a avowed Christian and the creator of Earthworm Jim. I knew the Naughty Dog and Insomniac guys when the company started. Oh, I just read this. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll merge to the left. That goes for American universities and hospitals too. Most were started by conservative Christians and then turned into institutions that don't produce the quality of yesteryear. Conservative people of faith don't need to create a parallel market. We need to create a viable market where games are rooted in merit of gameplay, not philosophy of the owners or the cinematics tacked on at the end. Holy fucking based. Yeah, people. Yeah, this dude is. I agree with everything this dude says. I need to follow this dude and look at more of this dude. What was his name? What was his name? Doug Tennaple, the creator of Earthworm Jim. He is unbelievably based. But yeah, especially the fucking cinematics. I hate movie games. I hate movie games. I just want to play the video game. Some people like movie games. Some people like story and video games. I don't. I don't give a fuck. I just want to play the video game. That's why it's called a game. It's a video game. You play the game. If I wanted to watch a movie, I'd watch a movie. Anyway, sorry for that quick tangent. Ten Naples' point highlights the shift that has taken place in studios like Naughty Dog, once known for gameplay innovation and compelling narratives. The company now seems more invested in using its platform to push an agenda. Yeah, no shit. We all saw what happened between Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2. Last of Us 1, wholesome dad story. Not really Ellie's dad, but he loses a daughter and then he sees Ellie as his daughter and he's protecting her. Very relatable. Traditional father protecting a girl. They have that dynamic, that relationship builds, and it's really easy to understand and latch onto that. And then Last of Us 2, they're like, let's kill Joel that everyone liked. Ellie's a bitch now. She's also a lesbian, by the way. And the person who killed Joel, you're going for revenge, but actually revenge is bad, so you don't want to get revenge, so you let the evil tranny roided out bitch who killed Joel go. That's what they did in Last of Us 2. Everyone knows that was a woke nightmare, and it was just the plot was retarded too. It was a horrible game, so yeah. If they're following the same trajectory, they never course corrected. If anything, they're just getting worse. Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2, and Intergalactic is probably like down here somewhere. Why Christianity is always the target. A key issue raised by critics of Intergalactic is why Christianity is so frequently the subject of scrutiny in media while other religions remain untouched. I wonder why. That's weird that you can't criticize Islam. You can't criticize Judaism, especially in America. You cannot touch Judaism in America. That will get you blacklisted faster than anything. Like, look what happened to fucking Kanye. Basically, all of the money, he had all of his money in all these different banks, and guess who owns the banks? And when he spoke out against them, guess what happened to his money? Oh, wow, crazy. Freedom of speech lives in America, right? Well, it does, except unless you talk about one particular religion. But anyways, I digress. There are plenty of faith traditions around the world with unique histories and moral complexities. Yet Hollywood and the gaming industries repeatedly focus their critiques on Christianity. This selective targeting raises legitimate concerns about bias and intentional cultural messaging. Yeah, no shit, they're biased. They're probably one of the most woke game developers in the West, which is the most woke place to develop games in the world. So, yeah, of course it is. Again, we all saw what happened between Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2. Of course it's targeted. Many gamers are asking, why would Naughty Dog ever create a game that criticizes Buddhism, Islam, or Hinduism in the same way? The answer is almost certainly no. Christianity remains an easy target because it is deeply embedded in Western culture, making it convenient. Well, the reason why is because it was so deeply embedded, and now you have all these woke, like atheists, who think religion is evil. They were told that the Crusades they bad. The Crusades were just evil white people killing other people who didn't follow their religion. It's like, no, the Crusades was actually like the largest defensive alliance of the time that fucking drove back the Muslims back into the South. Like, it was actually fucking badass. But no, it's portrayed as, oh, the Crusades were evil. No, they was literally a defensive alliance. They weren't even the aggressors in this situation. So, just rewrite history. It's not a big deal. So let's see. The future of gaming at crossroads for developers and consumers. As more developers move toward philosophy-driven storytelling, they shouldn't. They should move away from it. If anything, that should be a huge sign to move away from it. The gaming industry is at a crossroads. Consumers are growing tired of narratives that prioritize messaging over entertainment. Yeah, no shit. Games should be engaging and fun. No shit. Remember what Reggie said? If it's not fun, why bother? God, Reggie was so fucking cool. Not platforms for ideological lectures. Yeah, just do that on fucking Twitter, X, whatever. Like, it's free now. You can do that again on both sides of the aisle, not just the left. Naughty Dog was once at the forefront of gaming excellence, but with Intergalactic, it appears the studio is more concerned with making statements about Christianity than making great games against Christianity. Yeah, they clearly don't care about making great games. They made Last of Us 2. Like, he's famously been quoted saying, we don't talk about fun. When they are talking about their game and their game development, they don't use the word fun. You don't want to have fun in a game. Fun? No. You must be lectured to. This is Neil Druckmann's philosophy when it comes to video games. And we know what kind of guy he is. He's the kind that wants to make a movie. Like, he's a Hollywood type. We saw him standing alone at the red carpet, getting his picture taken. It was awkward and fucking weird. We know what he's actually trying to do. He's like a failed Hideo Kojima. He's like a woke, even more woke, failed Hideo Kojima. It's kind of the vibes I get from Neil Druckmann these days. Alright, so where was I? Games should be fun. Naughty Dog was once at the forefront of forefront of gaming excellence. But with Intergalactic, it appears the studio is more concerned with making statements against Christianity than making great games. The challenge now falls to players and creators alike, as 10 Naples suggests. The solution is not just to create alternative markets, but ensure the quality gaming experience takes priority over ideological agendas. Yeah, no fucking shit. Intergalactic set to release in the near future. It means blah, 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 blah. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, this is like the most obvious thing ever. Don't inject woke politics and messaging into games. Don't make it a narrative, story-driven game about your woke story. Make a good game with good gameplay and, even more important than story, good characters. People like when they like the character that they're playing in a video game. Yeah, people actually follow me here. They like the character that they play in their video game. Crazy, I know. Good character. Story just has to basically drive the character forward into the game. That's all the story has to do in a video game. So when these creators put their mind more so on the story, the cinematic experience, then you get like a God of War remake, situation. Which some people love that game. Personally, I thought it was trash. I thought it was a walking simulator with cutscenes. But some people love it. Some people loved it for the story. I didn't even like it for the story. I didn't like Last of Us 2 either. Intergalactic's going to be even worse. So, yeah. It's not really a shock. This is like the easiest take of all time. Yeah, maybe don't rip on Christianity. Maybe maybe don't be as heavy-handed as you were in Last of Us 2, but they're clearly doubling down. Everyone knew that. As soon as you saw this in the trailer, all the fucking alarm bells went off in your head. Every red flag was tripped. Like, we all know what's happening. They're just doubling down, tripling down at this point. They didn't learn anything from Last of Us 2. So, yeah, let's head back over to V quick. Of course it targets Christianity. They always target the truth. Yeah. Maybe Christianity is the truth. There's a lot of religions out there, though. When did Christians become as touchy as Jews and Muslims when it comes to jokes? Western society has had blasphemy for humors for centuries. True. Western society has always been about ripping on everyone. Except, unless you're a Jew. Except Islam. Can't talk about them, because then they'll get violent. So, not necessarily, but I understand. I wish we could mock everything. I think everything should be mocked openly. I think that's the only way you can actually have, like, a... You know, that's the only way you can really have free speech, obviously. You have to be able to criticize everything. That's what humor is a lot of the time. The Spanish Inquisition spent a lot of its time prosecuting people for making Mary wasn't a virgin haha jokes. Yeah, it's kind of like you can't criticize the Prophet Muhammad otherwise. Like, look what happened with South Park. South Park is the bastion for criticizing things. But they had to put a censor box over the character in the episode, over the Muhammad character when they put it in South Park because it was too offensive. So yeah. These religious groups are very touchy. They always have been. It's not just Christians. So yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm going to keep following this because this is going to be a huge woke dumpster fire for Intergalactic. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this style of video, like, subscribe. I'm a new channel, so subscriptions go a very long way. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Peace. Oh, quick, before I go. Quick little cat cam. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.